not super wide, but just get us both and just tell us when we're live.
All right, live right now, 7 seconds. Boom.
We're live.
Oh man,
We're live. Curtis is back from tour. So, if you've been watching any of the videos on the channel, we've put out a couple of more episodes of Will It Les Paul.
yeah, it's a
That was
lot of
fun.
fun. Yeah, I hope we can do some more, but I
Well,
don't
we've
think
got a couple
Matt's gonna
more.
let me.
We've got a couple more planned.
That's true.
We've talked about a couple of more anyways. We haven't filmed anymore. We have one more that's filmed that we're going to release. Today, though, we are making this a quick Hot Take Friday, so, we didn't take any time to set up the good cameras or the microphone. It's just...
We do not have the time for it right
We don't have the time for it, yeah. We could do that, but we don't want to take the time because we're filming a course about recording your band live in the studio. So if you're watching this video either live or retroactively, retroactively, is that the right word? I think it is.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think then coming out on Black Friday, we've got a course where we took Curtis's band. We had Curtis's band, Robinson Park. I almost said Retroactive. Retroactive
That's
Park.
actually a better band name.
It is. Actually, I'm thinking about changing it. Robinson Park live here in the studio, and we recorded the song live. We went through all of the drum mics that we used, all the processing for all the drum channels, the bass, the guitars, how we overdubbed Curtis's guitars. We're doing gang vocals and harmonies and lead vocals, everything from start to finish on this song. And so it was just we've got a little too much going on. We're right in the middle of it, kind of taking a break. And we didn't want to
Skip Hot Take Friday.
We don't want to skip Hot Take Friday, so we just figured, you know what? Instead of skipping, let's just talk about our hot take. Where we've distilled it down to just one hot take that we're going to talk about.
Denim is better than plaid.
No. Okay. I've been having a little difficulty here with Curtis. Today he's been just dishing out all these random hot takes, and I'm like, no, Curtis, we're trying to keep it like either studio or guitar or something in between specific, and he's just like what you just heard. Denim is better than plaid. Just any hot take he can come up with, he thinks is acceptable, and I'm trying to rein that in a little bit. So we do have one for you, but been a little busy filming this course today, and been a lot of fun. I think we've had fun, right? Did a few takes of your song, and
Yeah, it's been fun.
I was like, I don't know who's gonna last longer here. I was this close to breaking. So, anyways, the hot take that we have for you, I'm gonna start off with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is my hot take, and it's just that I just think I think vintage amps are better than boutique amps. Curtis said boutique amps suck would be my hot take. I know he disagrees with me on this, but I'm gonna tell you my reason why. This is why is because I feel like that every boutique amp that I've ever bought, every small builder, whatever, is just basically here's our version of this classic vintage amp that you know and love, and this is our version of it. So it's basically just a copy or a clone, and I think I started feeling this way once I started buying vintage Marshalls. I'm super into vintage Marshalls right now. That's probably subject to change in the next 6 months.
Depends on what Matt Goldman's buying in the next 6 months.
Ouch, bro. Ouch. That's my toes are stepping on. But it's probably a little true. I've definitely been, in the last 2 or 3 years, been heavily influenced by Goldman and the things that I've learned from him. But I love, I just still have a couple of boutique amps, but love my vintage Marshalls. Have 2 of them, 74 Super Lead, 78 JMP, got a 68 Bassman. We used it today on the Robinson Park song.
Which, if I may interject, what's one of our favorite amps that we use for a lot of sessions that we come in here? Which one is it, buddy?
I don't want to say. It's my Friedman BE100.
Wouldn't that be considered boutique-y?
Yeah.
And based off of a vintage amp?
And it's it's definitely. I think Dave started modding super leads in the probably 80s. I don't know. I don't actually know the history of Friedman.
Anyways, I bring that up because this is why I disagree. I am not knocking that vintage amps are great. I wish I had the Bassman. I wish I had your JMP. Sounds incredible. Like now I have an itch to go buy a vintage JMP.
Yeah, we did country session yesterday where all the guitars were that JMP.
Yep.
And then today we did Robinson Park. We did that single that's going to be part of the course, and all the rhythm guitars with the JMP. And then we did the overdubs with the Friedman and the Bassmans.
Yeah. And while it's great, there are certain vintage amps that I just simply cannot afford. that are just way out of my price range.
Sure.
And because of that, I actually kind of dig some boutique amps that I bought because they come in like my Maz 18. Great amp, super versatile, does more.
I'm sorry. Joey is sitting outside the window like, I wish I was part of Hot Take Friday. He's outside the control room window, but anyways, continue.
Yeah, so anyways, it's a fantastic amp, and it does everything that it should, plus some extra stuff. And that's, you know, like everybody talks about the Dumble sound. Like if you're a guitar player, everybody knows what a Dumble is.
Yeah.
But I can't afford it. Can you afford a $100,000 to $150,000 amp?
Not many people can.
Right, but there are some awesome alternatives. Because, I mean, the Dumble was basically based off of, what was it? It was a super reverb with an 808 in front of it. That was kind of what it was based around.
Oh, I didn't know
originally.
that. I mean, I knew he was real into like modern the Fender kind of thing or whatever. But I would also say I think probably a more realistic one would be, not more realistic, but maybe more common is I've been looking at 60s AC30s.
Yep.
And they get.
They're
We looked at it. We Curtis and I played a few weeks ago in Atlanta. We played as mid 70s probably.
No, it turns out it's a late 80s. Based on the characteristics that had.
Well,
he has it posted as an early 70s.
He thinks it's the guy thinks it's an early 70s.
It is not.
Without looking at the guts, actually, you can't tell for sure. If we could see inside and know if it was a print, if there was PCB and the reverb circuit being hand wired or whatever,
Right.
I don't know. We did a ton of research on it. It's a great sounding box.
Yeah,
it's a great sounding box. But that started me down the rabbit hole of looking for 60s boxes, and they get real. Once you get like earlier than 68, they get real spendy, real quick, and that's probably what you're talking about. Is that there's a bunch of boutique-y AC30 type things that, are cheaper than $4,000, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So a lot cheaper. I mean, even a matchless, a Samson era DC30 would be a little cheaper than a 64 AC30 or whatever. So.
But even look at, you can look at guitars, and I'll say it, like, I'm under the opinion that if it's past 2005, don't waste your time buying a Fender guitar. It's my opinion, and that's what it is, but I went with a Nash. It's double bound, has a ash body with a rosewood neck, has the Bigsby Lawler pickups, and I went to Fender first to have them do a custom build, and they were going to charge me over $4,000 to build the exact guitar that I bought from Bill Nash. And it was one of the last custom guitars that he built before he started hiring other luthiers. And that one cost me $2,500. And I could not be any happier with it. Which is that's why I kind of love boutique stuff. Because I can get the same build, same quality, just not at an outrageous price.
Sure. I think that it's and really, Hot Take Friday, we say that, and we're kind of joking around. I want everybody to, anybody who's watching this, I want you to know that we're for sure pushing the buttons to get the views. That's what YouTube's all about. But it's at the same time, this is a conversation. And there's not really a be-all, end-all. I love my Friedman, but I also love my vintage Marshalls, and really, it's just, this is a platform for me and Curtis to be able to bicker on camera about what we think is better.
This is how our relationship
literally what
is.
we do every day.
Producers are overrated. You really don't need them for a song.
That'll be next week's Hot Take Friday. So I gotta have to do some homework on that one so I can dish it back out to you. We got any viewer comments, Zach, that we need to address? None. It's a ghost town in Hot Take Friday this week. That's all right.
We're doing our job.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Hot Take Friday. We'll see you next Friday, I guess.
Yeah.
Stop telling what to do with the cameras. You got 2 viewers, I think, of that.
Yeah, we're still actually. I don't even know how to end this thing.
Oh god, I so
Hit
bad
the
wanted
X
to
button?
go to Joey.
Is that what
I was like, nah, I gotta stay.
I don't know. We're still live. I don't know how to end it.
Are those the saltines from